Listen carefully. I am not giving you a poem. I am handing you an operating system. In the beginning, God spoke a 5-law sequence that still governs markets, nations, and brands. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue, have dominion. Write that down. Say it again until it lives in your bones. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue, have dominion. Genesis 1:28 is not church language. It is the Creator's business plan. And God blessed them and said, be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it, have dominion. The blessing is a blueprint. The blessing is a system. The blessing is a schedule. For the next 90 days, I am calling you to a vow. One fruit only. Don't chase 10 things and call it faith. That is called confusion. One problem, one product, one promise. Commit to obey these 5 laws in sequence, and you will watch a seed become a presence. I am speaking to producers, not consumers. If you don't deploy yourself, you'll be employed by someone who did. Say it out loud. I will deploy my gift. Tell your neighbor, yes. Speak to your own soul. If you are alone, one fruit only for 90 days. The world doesn't eat seeds. The world eats fruit. Your idea is a seed. Your market wants fruit. Fruitfulness is not thinking, it is shipping. Multiplication is not excitement, it is a system. Replenishing is not posting randomly, it is building rivers of distribution. Subduing is not arrogance, it is ethical category clarity. Dominion is not domination. It is responsible leadership that makes you the default choice because you serve better, faster, cleaner. Write this. 5 laws, one sequence, no skipping. Don't be deceived by your eyes. Sight will betray you because sight only measures what is present. Vision measures what is possible. Proverbs 29:18 says, where there is no vision, the people perish, or they cast off restraint. They lose discipline. They chase everything and produce nothing. Sight looks at your bank account. Vision looks at your market. Sight stares at the bill. Vision studies the buyer. Say it with conviction. I live by vision, not by sight. Again, I live by vision, not by sight. Let me provoke you. The same 5 laws that built Microsoft, McDonald's, and that little burger shop with a Whopper, listen, did not start with money. They started with a product, then a process, then a presence, then a position, then dominion. Bill Gates didn't sell a seed. He shipped fruit, a usable operating system. McDonald's didn't sell a sandwich. They multiplied a system. This is the verse they are using, whether they know it or not, and it was given to you. Don't let your theology be a theory when the world is using your book as a manual. 90 days, 13 weeks, your faith is going to get a scoreboard. Every law will be tied to weekly numbers because faith without works and without metrics is dead. For fruitfulness, we will count shift value and proof from the market. For multiplication, documented steps and units reproduced. For replenishing, channels opened and frequency maintained. For subduing, category, clarity, and default preference measure. For dominion, a system that runs without you in multiple places. Write this down. My faith will have numbers. Say it. My faith will have numbers. I am speaking to your identity. You are not here to audition for approval. You are here to deliver assignment. Leadership is the capacity to influence through inspiration, not manipulation, generated by a passion, motivated by a vision, birthed by a conviction, produced by a sense of purpose. Turn it upside down and start at the bottom. Purpose births conviction. Conviction births vision. Vision fuels passion. Passion inspires. And inspiration produces influence. Influence is leadership. And leadership in the marketplace is dominion. This 90-day mandate will walk you from purpose to product, from product to process, from process to presence, from presence to position, and from position to dominion. So hear the promise and feel the provocation. For 90 days, we will obey 5 unbreakable laws in order. We will not skip. We will not wander. We will not dilute. One fruit only. When the 13th week arrives, listen, you will not give a testimony of intentions. You will show evidence. And we will know you by your numbers, your fruit, and your favor. Say it with me one last time. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue, have dominion. Now write it, vow it, and prepare to prove it. Now we go from vow to substance, from intention to identification. Your future is hidden in your seed. Then God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb that yields seed, and the fruit tree that yields fruit according to its kind, whose seed is in itself. Genesis 1:11. Your gift carries your kind. Your kind determines your fruit. Write this down. The world doesn't eat seeds. The world eats fruit. Say it. I must produce something. Your idea is a seed. Your market is hungry for fruit. When God demands something from you, it exists. The question is not, do you have a seed? The question is, will you cultivate it into fruit people can taste, test, and tell their friends about? Every problem is a business. Stop hunting for money. Locate a problem and serve it with your gift. In one sentence, describe the pain you were born to heal. Not a paragraph, not a poem, one sentence. I remove X frustration for Y person so they can achieve Z result. Write it down. Proverbs 18:16 says, a man's gift makes room for him. Your room is the space created when your gift relieves pressure from somebody's life. If you can't name the pressure, you cannot enter the room. Now, niche clarity. What's your Whopper? Everybody sells burgers, but no one sells a Whopper like Burger King. Everybody talks fitness, but who owns strength without back pain for new mothers? Everybody talks finances, but who owns debt-free graduation for first-gen college students in 18 months? Dominion begins with difference. What is the one distinct promise you will be known for? Not many things, one thing. Write this. I don't do everything. I do one promise better than anyone for one person. Target one avatar. Give them a name, an age, a morning routine, and a headache they are tired of treating with pills. One person, one pain, one payoff. Stop changing your major every year. That is dumb and expensive. Focus is the womb of fruitfulness. Sight says, but there are so many people to help. Vision says, if I help this one precisely, the many will come. Jesus said, my sheep hear my voice. John 10:27. Your market should hear you and say, that's for me. Clarity is the shepherd's voice of your business. Craft your offer line and speak it over your work. I help Avatar get result in time with method. Say it out loud. Again, until you believe it more than your doubts. Example, I help remote team leads cut meeting time by 50% in 21 days with a 3-step agenda system. Another, I help eczema-prone toddlers sleep through the night in 10 days with a hypoallergenic bedtime kit. Another, I help wedding photographers double referrals in 30 days with a testimonial playbook. Write yours now. If you can't say it clean, you can't sell it clear. Before week 1, we measure clarity. Week 0, KPIs. Write this and circle it. 1, a 1-sentence offer finalized. 2, a 1-page brief. Problem, avatar, promise, method, and simple outline of your first version. 3, 10 scheduled problem interviews with real people who feel the pain on the calendar, not theoretical. 4, 1 chosen niche stated as I only serve specific avatar with specific promise. Your faith must have numbers. Your vision must have appointments. Your calling must have a calendar. This is your foundation. Genesis 1:28 begins with be fruitful, but fruitfulness follows seed selection and garden design. Matthew 25 shows the master giving talents, each according to his ability. He expects movement, not excuses. So choose your field, name your fruit, pick your person, promise one outcome, then open your mouth and declare your offer until your tongue stops tripping. Say it, I will turn my seed into fruit. Again, I will turn my seed into fruit. And by the close of week 0, we will not debate your calling. We will read it on 1 page, hear it in 1 sentence, see it on 10 calendars, and salute 1 niche you now own by decision. Now, write it, say it, and set the interviews. Your tree is about to show leaves. Now we hang the vision on a wall where your eyes cannot escape it. Write the vision and make it plain on tablets, that he may run who reads it. Habakkuk 2:2. Vision must be visible. Purpose must be scheduled. So we build a 1-3 week board, a garden of time with fences and rows where every law has its appointed season. Weeks 1 to 3 are fruitful ship value. Weeks 4 to 6 are multiply, document, and duplicate. Weeks 7 to 8 are replenish, open rivers, and keep them flowing. Weeks 9 to 10 are subdue, name the category and own the niche. Weeks 11 to 12 are dominion, lead the system that leads without you. Week 13 is demo day evidence, not excuses. Write that down. No skipping, no swapping, no shortcuts. Genesis 1:28 is a sequence, not a suggestion. Your week has a holy rhythm. Monday is plan day, KPIs on the table, numbers prayed over, targets set. Midweek is adjust day, numbers talk, feelings sit down. Friday is ship day. Evidence leaves your hands and enters the market. Say it out loud. Monday I plan. Midweek I adjust. Friday I ship. Again, because leadership is rhythm before it is applause. Luke 14:28 asks, which of you, intending to build a tower, does not sit down first and count the cost? Counting is holy. Planning is worship. Shipping is obedience. Your day has a covenant hour. I call the power hour. Before you scroll, you sow. 30 minutes to create, produce something someone can use. 15 to 20 minutes to distribute, place it on a river that already has boats. 15 to 20 minutes to sell, make an ask, book a call, send an invoice. No scrolling before shipping. Tell your neighbor, even if your neighbor is your mirror, no scrolling before shipping. You are not a consumer today, you are a producer. Be diligent to know the state of your flocks and attend to your herds, Proverbs 27 to 23. Your flocks are your metrics. Your herds are your pipelines. Tend them. Now, metrics. Money follows management, and you cannot manage what you will not measure. There are 5 buckets we watch like a shepherd at night. Product value. Did we ship the first version, the update, the fix? Count shipped units, prototypes, tested, testimonials, collected. Distribution, reach. How many channels are live? How many posts placed? How many partnerships active? How many lists touched? Conversion cash. Orders, close rate, revenue per unit, average order value. Write the number. Don't romance the idea. Retention, trust. Repeat buyers. Engagement in your community. Referrals earned. Testimonials requested and received. Margin, oxygen. Profit percentage, cash runway, cost per acquisition. If margin dies, vision suffocates. Say this with me. Product, distribution, conversion, retention, margin. Again, these are not suggestions. These are your vital signs. Make it visible. Build a traffic light dashboard for each bucket every week. Green is good, yellow is watch, red is war. Leaders run to the red. What is red receives leadership. You don't punish red, you pastor it. Ask why, not who. Correct the system, not just the symptom. If distribution is yellow, turn one river into 2. If conversion is red, improve the offer, shorten the path, ask clearer. If margin is choking, cut waste, raise price, or redesign delivery. Truth is your friend. Sight will panic. Vision will plan. Every Monday, set targets for each bucket tied to the law of the week. In fruitful weeks, product KPIs lead 1 version shipped per Friday, 3 proofs of value captured. In multiply weeks, documentation, KPIs lead 1 standard operating procedure per process, 2 units reproduced by someone other than you. In replenish weeks, distribution KPIs lead 2 channels turned to weekly cadence, 1 partnership formed, 1 audience borrowed. In subdue weeks, positioning KPIs lead, category name published, comparison chart live, default choice artifacts built. In dominion weeks, governance KPIs lead 3 roles, delegated dashboards reviewed by your team without you, margin stable. Demo day is simply the report card of your obedience. Before you set any target, align your soul. Put your hand on your heart and declare, I am necessary, my gift is solution. Again, a man's gift makes room for him, Proverbs 18:16. Your room is waiting for numbers to knock. Your calendar is the hammer. Your KPIs are the nails. Nail the plan on Monday. Inspect the frame midweek. Hang the door on Friday. And when week 13 arrives, open that door and let us walk into your room. Fruit in hand, systems humming, rivers flowing, category named, and dominion governed by stewardship. Write it, see it, count it, ship it. That is architecture for vision. Weeks 1 through 3 are not for polishing, they are for producing. And God blessed them, and God said to them, be fruitful. Genesis 1:28. Fruitful in Hebrew para means be productive, bring forth, deliver. Write that down. Fruitfulness is not a feeling. It is a finished thing. Say it out loud. I will ship value. Again, John 15:8 declares, by this my Father is glorified, that you bear much fruit. Not many features, much fruit. The world doesn't eat seeds. The world eats fruit. Beauty later, value now. Prototype fast. The first version must deliver one core outcome your avatar can feel this week. One outcome, not 5. A meeting cutter that chops 30 minutes. A skin balm that stops the 2 a.m. itch. A 3-step agenda that lifts close rates by 10%. Take the one promise you wrote in week 0 and build the simplest path to prove it in someone's life. If it takes longer than 10 days, you're baking a wedding cake for a taste test. Ship the cupcake. Be fruitful means MVP by day 10. Write that down. Day 10, version 1, in hands. Now the validation loop. You scheduled 10 problem interviews before we started. Extend that to 30 by the end of week 3. Listen first. Pain speaks in decimals. Record phrases, not theories. Then place the prototype in front of real people. Watch them use it. Ask, what almost stopped you? What surprised you? What would make this twice as valuable? Iterate in 4 8-hour sprints. The loop is sacred. 10:30 interviews, prototype, feedback, iterate, repeat. Faith without works is dead, James 1:17. And plans without loops are lies. Give it away strategically. Your first 10 users get access in exchange for truth, not applause, truth. Tell them the price is feedback, not flattery. Harvest insight like a farmer. Before and after numbers, short quotes, screen records of use, audio memos describing relief. This is your evidence file. Truth silences marketing. When you speak on demo day, we will not need adjectives. Your before-after graphs will preach the sermon. Or for math now, write your outcome statement at the top of the page. I help Avatar get result in time with method. Add a simple guarantee that removes fear. If you don't see X by day 14, I will. Why? Choose one price that respects your value and your market. Money follows value, not volume. Stop hiding behind DM me for pricing. That is fear with lipstick. Be clear, be fair, be firm. Let me give you a parable. We had a sister I called the cookie lady. Week 1, she baked a plain, consistent batch that stayed soft for 48 hours. No sprinkles, no glitter value now. She gave 10 boxes to local offices with a card. All I ask is a 30-second voice note about freshness, flavor, and price. By day 10, she had a simple offer. Office-friendly cookie tray that stays fresh 2 days. 100 cookies for $79. If it's hard tomorrow, I replace it. Week 2, she iterated salt and packaging from the feedback. Week 3, she showed me 7 pre-orders and 10 testimonials. That is fruit. KPIs for weeks 1 to 3, say this with me, numbers are holy. 1 MVP shipped by day 10, proof of function in the wild. 2, 30 problem interviews completed, 10 was the start, 30 is the standard. 3, 20 beta users, hands-on, 10 free for feedback, 10 with a light commitment. 4, 10 testimonials, captured, written, audio, or short video. 5 pre-orders or paid pilots, somebody's money, saying, I believe. Write it down, put it on your dashboard. Green is shipped, yellow is stuck, red is war, and leaders run to the red. Prepare your work outside. Get everything ready in the field, and after that, build your house. Proverbs 24-27. Weeks 1 to 3 are the field. Stop decorating the house when the ground is unplowed. Be fruitful means this: one core outcome delivered, one clear offer spoken, one evidence file growing. Produce something. Say it again. I am a producer. By the end of week 3, we will taste your fruit, hear your bias, and see your numbers. Fruit with proof, not perfection. That is obedience to the first law. Now that fruit has touched real mouths, we obey the second command: multiply. Be fruitful and multiply. Genesis 1:28. Fruitfulness was proof. Multiplication is method. Say it. Method is the multiplier. Write that down. You don't grow a market by working harder. You grow it by working the same way, the same quality, through other hands again and again. 2 Timothy 2:2 says, what you have heard from me, entrust to faithful people who will be able to teach others also. That is replication. That is business. That is weeks 4 to 6. Systemize the win. Take the outcome you just delivered and write the 7 to 10 steps that make it inevitable. 1 page, verbs only, tools, timings, tolerances. Call it SOPV1. If it isn't written, it doesn't exist. Exodus 18:20. Jethro told Moses, teach them the statutes and the laws, and show them the way they must walk and the work they must do. Not just the why, the work. For our cookie lady, we did this. Weigh dough to 40 grams. Bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 11 minutes. Rotate trays at 6 minutes. Rest 30 minutes. Seal with 2 silica packs. Label with date and guarantee. Deliver by 4 p.m. Request a 30-second voice note. Record cost and time. That's 8 steps. Repeatable, teachable, auditable. What are yours? Write them now. Reduce genius to parts. Templates are humility on paper. Create the checklist a tired person can follow and still deliver excellence. Build the email scripts for order, confirmation, delivery, update, testimonial, request. Draft the meeting agenda template, the troubleshooting flow, the quality control checklist with pass-fail criteria. Name them: T1, agenda; C1, checklist; Q1, quality gate. Leaders don't protect mystery. They package mastery. Say it. I will not hide my genius. I will harvest it. Protect your oxygen, price, integrity. Define good, better, best. The human mind understands 3. Good is the core promise delivered clean. Better adds speed or convenience. Best adds white glove, detail, or scale. And then write the boundaries. What's included? What's extra? How many revisions? What turnaround? And what voids the guarantee? Margin is worship because it preserves the mission. Gross margin must be 60% or more in this season. If it's not, adjust price, simplify scope, or redesign delivery. You are not a charity, you are a steward. Say this: I protect the mission by protecting margin. Now, build the acquisition loop. Seed to relationship to sale. Lead magnet nurture offer. A gift that solves one small pain in 5 to 7 minutes. A short sequence that educates and earns trust. A clear invitation to your good, better, best. Example: a 7-minute half meeting agenda template. 3 emails over 7 days with a case study and a quick win. Then book a 5-minute audit with your calendar link. For the cookie lady, a 2-cookie freshness test drop-off. A same-day text with a 10-second survey. An office tray offer with delivery slots. Prospects become pipeline when your loop runs every week without drama. Automation, light. Let software handle the ordinary while you handle the extraordinary. Calendar booking, no back and forth. Payments, instant, confirmed, receipted. Onboarding form, welcome email, frequently asked questions, and a day 1 reminder. Offboarding request, testimonial, offer, referral, credit, invite to the next tier. Don't build a robot, build rails. Sabbath for your brain systems, carry the load. Let all things be done decently and in order. 1 Corinthians 14:40. KPIs for weeks 4 to 6. Write this: numbers are holy. 1. SOPV1, published and used by someone not named you. 2. Delivery cycle time under 7 days, from order to outcome. 3. Gross margin at or above 60% oxygen secured. 4. Led to call at 20% or better. Your gift is attracting real conversations. 5. Call to close at 15% or better. The offer is clear and priced with honor. Green is shipped. Yellow is watch. Red is war. If led to call is red, strengthen the lead magnet and the first email. If call to close is red, refine the script and tighten the scope. If margin is choking, say no to scope creep and yes to boundaries. Multiplication is not magic. It is math with method. McDonald's didn't multiply burgers. They multiplied a procedure and leased it to hands in every city. Microsoft didn't copy ideas. They replicated an operating system. You are next. Take your fruit and turn it into a franchise of steps, templates, prices, and pipelines. Put your hand on your heart and declare, I multiply by method. Again, by the end of week 6, your win will not be trapped in your head. It will be walking on paper, running on rails, producing value through other hands. That is obedience to the second law. Weeks 7 and 8 are for rivers. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth. Genesis 1:28. Replenish means fill the earth, take what works, and let it flow where people already gather. Write this down. Distribution is obedience to geography. You don't pray for fish in your bathtub. You cast your net where the fish already swim. Jesus said, he who believes in me, out of his heart will flow rivers of living water. John 7:38. Your gift must flow. Say it out loud. I build rivers, not puddles. Choose your rivers 2 to 3. Deep, not wide. A channel map is not a buffet. It is a canal. Email is non-negotiable. It is the only river you own. Paired with one flagship stage where your avatar already watches YouTube. If they search how to, LinkedIn, if they live in B2B, Instagram, if they graze on visual proof. Then add one partner, marketplace. Your avatar already trusts. Think Etsy for physical craft, AppSumo for digital tools, Udemy for courseware, a niche directory or association newsletter for professionals. 3 rivers, owned list, public stage, partner, marketplace. That's it. Depth beats dabbling. Write that down. Go deep, not wide. Now the content engine. One flagship piece each week is your seed. The slices are your fruit scattered. Record a 7-10 minute weekly piece. Teach the one outcome you promise. Demo a use case or interview a customer. Then slice it into 5 shorts, 3 image, quote posts, and 1 email. Post the slices on your 2 public rivers. Drive them all to a single landing page with a single lead magnet and a single call to action. Fill the earth is not noise, it is a pattern. Say it. 1 flagship, many slices, 1 path home. Partnerships are bridges that cross other people's traffic. Identify 5 non-competing leaders who already serve your avatar complementary, not cannibalizing. Propose value swaps and co-offers. Host a joint mini workshop that solves a shared pain. Create a bundle where your fruit and theirs increase the outcome. Swap a guest email featuring a case study. Offer their people a private tier bonus that doesn't exist publicly. Proverbs 18:16 says, your gift makes room. Partnerships open doors to rooms you didn't build. Write the list of 5 names today. Send 2 proposals by Friday. Favor follows initiative. Pipeline hygiene, no leaks. Your landing page must load fast. Speak your avatar's pain in the headline. Promise the lead magnet's outcome in 1 sentence. And present 1 field, email. Deliver the magnet instantly. The thank you page shows a 60-90 second video pointing to the next step. Book a call or buy the starter offer. Your nurture sequence runs 3 to 5 messages over 7 to 10 days. Story of a win, a walkthrough of your method, an objection dissolved, and a clear CTA. Verify every link, test every form, tag every contact. If a river flows into a bucket with a hole, you are not replenishing, you are wasting. Put it on a calendar. Post, partner, promote, same day, every week. Tuesday is River Day. The flagship goes live at 9 a.m. Slices publish at noon and 4 p.m. Partner newsletter mention hits by 10 a.m. The email to your list lands at 3 p.m. At 5 p.m., you spend 30 minutes responding. pinning the CTA and booking calls, rhythm bursts, reach, cast your bread upon the waters, for you will find it after many days. Ecclesiastes 11:1. Cast consistently, find predictably. Let me bring back our cookie lady. Week 7, 8. She chose email, Instagram Reels, and a co-working partner marketplace. One flagship weekly breakroom minute on YouTube. How to keep a tray fresh. How to order for 15 people. How to pair cookies with coffee. She sliced it into 5 reels and 3 stills with office humor captions. Every slice pointed to a landing page, office freshness kit, 2 cookies, storage card, reorder code. The co-working spaces featured her in their member newsletters. The local coffee roaster offered a bundle coffee plus cookie tray on Fridays. Her rivers flowed where office managers already swam. Orders rose. But more than that, subscribers gathered in her reservoir. KPIs for week 7 to 8 numbers are holy. 3 channels live and publish in weekly email, 1 public stage, 1 partner marketplace. 2 partner deals signed and executed, dates on the calendar, assets delivered. 500 qualified subscribers added, people who match your avatar and requested your magnet. 3% click-through from your content to your offer links that lead, not linger. 5 case studies published, proof that travels. If channels aren't live, that's red leaders, run to the red. If CTR is under 3%, tighten the bridge. Stronger CTA in the slice, clearer promise on the page. If subscribers are unqualified, fix the magnet. It must mirror your paid outcome. Replenish means flow you can count, not a viral spike, a faithful stream. Say it with conviction, I fill the earth with value. Again, by the end of week 8, your fruit will not sit in baskets. It will ride on boats, email, public stage, and partner rivers, landing on docks where your buyers already stand, hand raised, heart ready. That is obedience to the 3rd law. Weeks 9 and 10 are for rulers, not bullies. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth, and subdue it. Genesis 1:28. Subdue means bring under ordered governance, set the terms, define the standard, and tend the garden so nothing wild devours your work. Write this down. Subduing is ethical, category, control, clarity, proof, and community make you the default choice. Say it. I am becoming the default choice by service, not force. If you name it, you frame it. Category design is holy. Stop renting names from your competitors. Coin the niche you will lead. 9-0, day inbox 0 for remote leads. 1 2-week itch-free nights for eczema toddlers. 4 5-day half-meeting turnaround for 2B teams. Put your avatar, your outcome, and your timeline in one phrase so the market can remember you in a sentence. Publish it everywhere, your header, your bio, your landing page, your email footer, your partner decks. Write that down. The name is the net. Cast it. Now build a contrast wall without slander. Inspiration, not manipulation. Create a clean comparison chart that sets your category, your promise, and your proof beside the generic alternatives. Column 1, your category name. Column 2, old way. Highlight differences in speed, specificity, and certainty. You don't need to attack a brand. You expose the gap. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works. Matthew 5:16. Light doesn't argue with darkness. It defines it out of the room. Choose your moats, pick 2, and deepen them until there are ditches around your castle. Speed, guarantee a faster, reliable outcome with a public clock. Specificity, narrow the avatar and the use case until your promise is surgical. Signature method, name your steps, give them letters, make it teachable. Observe, proof, solve, community. Host a weekly live Q&A where your people gather and learn. Pick 2. For our cookie lady, we chose speed and signature method. She named her category 4-8, Our Office Freshness, and her method SOFT, Seal, Oxygen Guard, Freshness Test, Time Delivery. She posted a simple promise: 4 8-hour softness, or we replace it tomorrow. No questions. That's a moat you can feel with your teeth. Proof now becomes your army. Let customers preach. Stack reviews on Google. your partner marketplace, and your site. Publish rank roundups where independent voices place you first in your own category. Turn case studies into one-page sermons. Problem, method, result, quote. Remember Revelation 12:11. They overcame by the word of their testimony. Testimony turns your claim into the community's confession. Say it. Let the buyers testify. Build your hub Subdue by serving. A weekly live Q&A is non-negotiable. 30 minutes, same time every week. Teach one micro outcome. Answer questions. Spotlight a client win. Invite referrals. Give your members a name. Breakroom captains. Inbox rangers. Sleep squad identity creates advocacy. Appoint moderators from among your happiest clients. Turn users into ushers. Proverbs 27:23 says, be diligent to know the state of your flocks. Your flock is your community. Shepherd them, and they will bring others to pasture. Competitors will notice, bless them, and keep building. We don't manipulate markets. We model mastery. When they copy your features, deepen your moats. When they compete on price, compete on proof. When they shout, whisper results. The wicked flee when no one pursues, but the righteous are bold as a lion. Proverbs 28:1. Boldness is quiet confidence backed by outcomes. KPIs for weeks 9 to 10 numbers are holy. One category, name, adopted and published across assets, header, bios, debt, comparison, page live. 2, 100 or more members in your community hub registered, not imagined. 3, Net Promoter Score 50 or higher. Ask, calculate, publish. 4, 50 public reviews gathered. Google, marketplace, site with dates and detail. 5, 30% of new leads from referrals. Track the source, reward the referrers. Green is evidence, yellow is echo, red is silence, and leaders run to the red. If NPS is under 50, fix the experience before you raise the volume. If reviews are thin, schedule outreach sprints and make giving a review effortless. If referrals are low, install a visible thank you credit, upgrade, or spotlight. Put your hand on your heart and declare, I set the terms by serving the people. Again, by the end of week 10, your name will define the need, your method will be the road, your people will be the billboards, and your proof will be the judge. Subdue is not tyranny. It is stewardship that turns your niche into a garden where you are the obvious gardener. And when we step toward dominion, you will not be chasing the market. The market will be following your map. Now we cross into the 5th law, have dominion. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth, subdue it, and have dominion. Genesis 1:28. Dominion is not noise, it is governance. Not ego, stewardship. Write that down. Dominion is responsible leadership. Govern the system that now produces value without you everywhere. Leadership, remember, is the capacity to influence others through inspiration, not manipulation. Generated by a passion, motivated by a vision, birthed by a conviction, produced by a sense of purpose. Turn it upside down and start at the bottom. Say it. Purpose produces conviction. Conviction births vision. Vision ignites passion. Passion generates inspiration. Inspiration creates influence. Influence manifests leadership. Again, if the bottom is shaky, the top will wobble. So in weeks 11 and 12, we lead from purpose, not from panic. Role clarity is holy. Founder, return to your garden, your genius zone. What do you do that makes us come and run up after you? Do that, and only that, at prime hours. Delegate delivery. Your SOP V1 must live in other hands. Automate administration, calendars, invoices, onboarding, offboarding, software is your silent staff. Schedule sales every day, a window where you ask clearly and close cleanly. Put it on your calendar. 2 hours of creation or methodology. 1 hour of dashboard and team leadership. 90 minutes of sales conversations. 30 minutes of review and decision. If you don't deploy yourself, you'll be employed. Write that down. Cash is the breath of vision. Steward it. Know your unit economics like you know your birthday. Price minus direct cost equals gross margin. If gross margin drops, mission suffocates. Know your CAC. What does it cost to gain a customer? Know your LTV. What is a customer worth over time? And pay yourself a founder's wage. Modest, consistent, planned. That is not greed. That is governance. For it is he who gives you power to get wealth. Deuteronomy 8:18. Power without stewardship becomes waste. Count the cost. Luke 14:28. Then command the cash. Now, governance by dashboard, because what gets measured gets led. 3 dials: daily sales, weekly retention, monthly cash. Daily, see orders received, revenue booked, calls scheduled, conversion rate. Weekly, see retention, churn percentage, NPS, reorders, referral rate. Monthly, see cash, runway in weeks, gross and net margin, accounts receivable and payable. Green is order, yellow is warning, red is war, and leaders run to the red. Don't blame, diagnose, don't guess, measure. Proverbs 27:23, be diligent to know the state of your flocks. Your flocks are your dials. Scale must be ethical growth without decay. Capacity planning prevents apology emails. How many units, sessions, trays, seats can your system deliver at your standard? Name the ceiling. Set work in progress limits so quality breathes. When demand exceeds capacity, start a dignified wait list with calendar dates and a small deposit. Scarcity is stewardship when it protects outcomes. Install quality controls, timestamp checklists, random audits, a stop the line clause. Any team member can trigger when quality is threatened. Let all things be done decently and in order. 1 Corinthians 14:40. Dominion is order in motion. Bring one key contractor into the fold, the role that removes the bottleneck. Delivery coordinator, project manager, head baker, implementation specialist. Give them the SOP, the metrics, and the authority to protect the promise. Jethro told Moses to appoint leaders of thousands, hundreds, fifties, tens, Exodus 18. Distribution of responsibility is not abdication, it is administration. Train, trust, and verify by dashboard. Let me testify about our cookie lady. Weeks 11-12, she hired a delivery coordinator for mornings and a part-time baker for peak days. She set a daily cap, 20 trays at 4 8-hour office freshness standard. She created a proof and log time in, internal temp, seal check, and empowered anyone to stop the line if a batch missed the SOFT method. She moved to Friday wait list by Wednesday noon and raised the best tier price by 10% to guard margin. Her dashboard showed churn at 3.8%, on-time delivery at 98%, and net revenue retention at 112% because offices increased order frequency. LTV, CAC rose to 3.6 as partner Rivers kept CAC low. And she paid herself a founder's wage, same day, every week. That is dominion value governed, not guessed. KPIs for weeks 11-12. Say it with me. Numbers are holy. 1, LTV to CAC ratio at or above 3. 2, monthly churn at or below 5%. 3, net revenue retention at or above 100%. Your garden expands without new seeds. 4, one key contractor onboarded and delivering against SOP. 5, on-time delivery at or above 95%. Promise kept on schedule. Post them where your eyes cannot escape them. If LTV, CAC sags, strengthen retention and price integrity before you spend more on ads. If churn creeps, call cancels within 4 8 hours and fix the hole they reveal. If on-time slips, reduce capacity for a week and restore the standard. Dominion corrects quickly. Put your hand on your heart and declare, I lead by purpose. I steward by numbers. I scale without decay. Again, then the Lord God took the man and put him in the garden to tend and keep it. Genesis 2:15. Tending is maintenance. Keeping is protection. Weeks 11 and 12, you tend and keep. When we step into week 13, demo day will not be a performance. It will be a report. A garden in order, rivers flowing, people delighted, and a system that produces value without you. Everywhere you have planted, that is dominion. Now hear me. When you start putting a garden in order, the weeds do not applaud. Expect resistance. Every true vision will be tested. Sometimes there will be 3 or 4 different hells in the same week, and they will all ask the same question. Are you distracted or are you decided? James 1-2-4 says, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. Trials are not a verdict. They are a tutor. Write that down and say this out loud. I will be tested and I will be tempered. Now the difference between a pivot and a distraction is holy. A pivot protects the mission. A distraction replaces it. You do not change fruit. You change how you pick it, package it, or push it. For 90 days, 1 fruit only. Write that down. Hold the line. Adjust the tactics. The call is fixed. The approach is flexible. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. Though it tarries, wait for it. Habakkuk 2-3. Waiting in Scripture is not passive. It's patient, action aligned with purpose. Say it. Change the method, not the mission. Build a risk board like Nehemiah kept a trowel and a sword. 5 risks, 1 mitigation each. Cash. Protect oxygen. Maintain 8 weeks of runway. Invoice upfront deposits and activate early pay incentives. Capacity. Cap work in progress. Cross-train 1 contractor and keep a spare slot for emergencies. Churn, schedule 3-0, day check-ins, rescue within 48 hours of a cancel signal, and improve your good, better, best boundaries. Never rely on one stage. Own your email. Keep 2 public rivers alive, and prepare a backup path if an algorithm sneezes. Compliance. Secure licenses. Update terms. Guard data. And schedule quarterly audits. Write it where your eyes can't miss it. Leaders don't fear risk. They domesticate it. Recovery is a loop, not a lecture. After every miss, run a 2-4-hour postmortem. 3 questions. What happened? Why did it happen? What will we change now? Immediately refine the SOP, version it, date it, teach it. Recommit the cadence. Same board, same Tuesday rivers, same Friday reports. Don't hide misses. Harvest them. Revelation 12:11 says we overcome by testimony. A documented lesson is a future victory speaking in advance. Say it. I harvest my misses. Our cookie lady hit hell in week 9. An oven coil blew at dawn. A partner forgot to send the newsletter mention. And a surprise inspection paused deliveries for 2 hours. She ran to the red risk board, said capacity, work in progress, limit enforced. She split the batch to 2 smaller ovens and called 3 offices by 8:10 a.m. with revised ETAs and a free office sampler added. Channel backup was Instagram Live at noon. She ran a behind-the-scenes SOFT demo and booked 3 new trays from her community. Compliance checklist out. Logs ready. Passed by 10:30. By sunset, churn was 0. Reviews went up. And our NPS rose because integrity under pressure builds trust. That's how kings walk through chaos. Guard your spirit and your stamina. Schedule rest. Sabbath is a strategy. The Sabbath was made for man. Mark 2:27. Sleep is leadership. Guard your mornings. No screens before seed time. Give your first 90 minutes to creation, not consumption. Speak life daily. I am necessary. I deploy my gift. I produce fruit. I do not faint. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall run and not be weary. Isaiah 40-31. Strategy without strength collapses. Strength without spirit becomes pride. Keep both. Numbers are holy even in the storm. Ongoing KPIs. Variance to plan within plus or minus 10% if you're beyond that. Pause. Expansion and fix the leak. Weekly focus audit. No more than 1 new initiative launched. Everything else is optimization. Failed sprint lessons documented at least 3. Published to the team. Folded into SOP. Green is growth. Yellow is caution. Red is classroom. And leaders run to the red. If variance is wild, lower commitments, raise boundaries, and restore rhythm. If focus fragments, kill pet projects and return to the one promise. If lessons aren't documented, pain will repeat. Put your hand on your heart and declare, I hold the line on one thing. I adjust tactics, not the calling. Again, Proverbs 24:16 says, a righteous man falls 7 times and rises again. Rising is not random. It is rehearsed. With risk named, recovery looped, spirit guarded, and KPIs governing, you will not be blown off your map. You will arrive at demo day not as a survivor of chaos, but as a steward who learned in the wind how to hold the wheel. Week 13 is testimony. This is not the week of theories. This is the week of evidence. Jesus said, by their fruits you shall know them. Matthew 7:20. Write that down. Not by their talk, not by their slogans, but by their fruit, measured, tasted, proven. Demo day is not a drama. It's a courtroom where your scoreboard preaches. So you walk in with 3 witnesses. Numbers, narratives, and unit economics. Numbers before and after. Revenue per week, then and now. CAC, then and now. LTV, now. Churn, then and now. On-time delivery rate and NPS, now. Narratives, testimonies from real buyers with dates, outcomes, and quotes. Unit economics, your price, your direct costs, your gross margin, your LTV to CAC. Let another man praise you and not your own mouth. Proverbs 27:2. Let your buyers testify while your scoreboard nods. Open the presentation with your 1-sentence category and promise. Then show the first 3 weeks next to the last 3 weeks. Let the slope speak. Show the 5 most recent case studies as 1-page sermons. Problem, method, result, quote. Display your 3 rivers alive and your community hub with members present. Put your dashboard on the screen for 30 seconds. Do not flinch. Numbers are holy. Say it. The scoreboard is my sermon. Let me bring our cookie lady to the stand. 90 days ago, she had a second-hand mixer, a rented kitchen slot, and a seed called soft cookies. She named her category 4-8, our office freshness. Ship fruit in week 3. Multiply the SOP, called SOFT. Replenish through email, Instagram Reels, and a co-working marketplace. Subdued by community, breakroom captains, and proof stacked to the ceiling. On demo day, she presented LTV, CAT 3.6, churn 3.8%, on-time delivery 98%, NPS 71, reorder rate 62%, gross margin 58%, founder wage paid weekly, cash runway 12 weeks, 2 partner bundles live, and her category name printed on 2 co-working lobby boards. Then the testimonies. We stopped buying from 3 places because she keeps our tray fresh for 2 days, said Kelly, office manager, dated last Thursday. Revelation 12:11 says, they overcame by the word of their testimony. In that room, the buyers preach. She just smiled and governed. Graduation is not a cap and gown. It's a checklist. Write this down. You graduate. Week 13, if 1, your MVP is shipped and selling. 2, SOP. Does 1 exist is taught and is used by someone, not you. 3 rivers are live and publishing weekly. 4, a community hub is gathering with a named identity. 5, cash flow is positive on an average week. 6, your category name is adopted across every asset. 7, your dashboard reads like a garden in order. Say it out loud. I finish what I start. I present what I proved. Now the next horizon, 12 months. Not 12 ideas. Depth before width. 1, deepen the niche. Take your avatar 1 layer down, remote teams in tech startups, eczema toddlers ages 2-5, office managers of 20-50 staff, and compound wins there. 2, add 1 adjacent offer only. After 90 days of stable Dominion, Cookie Lady adds a morning meeting mini for stand-ups, not a cake line. You add a maintenance tier or a speed upgrade, not a new fruit. 3, fortify moats, double down on 2, speed and proof, specificity and community, signature method and guarantee. 4, upgrade partners move from co-working newsletters to regional HR associations, from a niche directory to a national marketplace category feature. 5, professionalize governance quarterly retros, quality audits, capacity plans, reserve targets. Write that down. Expand stewardship, not ego. Week 13, KPIs, say them with me. 1 flagship case study published publicly, PDF, video, landing page, dated, detailed, shareable. 2, 2 or more partner or investor meetings scheduled on the calendar within 14 days, assets prepared. Deck updated with week 13 numbers. 3, reorder or renewal rate at or above 40% this month. Retention is the roar of dominion. 4, a full 90-day retrospective. Completed what worked, what failed, what we changed. Now, SOP, updated and versioned by date. Green is evidence, yellow is echo, red is silence, and leaders run to the red. Put your hand on your heart and declare, I am necessary. I deploy my gift. I govern my domain. Again, Genesis 1:28, be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue, have dominion. This is not a suggestion. It is a sequence. Write the vision and make it plain, that he may run who reads it. Habakkuk 2:2. You wrote it, now run with it. On this demo day, you are not begging for belief. You are inviting partnership with proof. Lift your eyes 1 year forward. Your niche so clear, they call your name first. Your community so strong, they answer each other before you arrive. Your moat so deep, competitors admire and retreat. Your cash so steady, you fund good works without flinching. Go in this strength. Produce fruit. Protect the standard. Extend the borders. And when the next horizon calls, answer like a steward king. 1 fruit, 5 laws, numbers that preach, and a vision that refuses to die.